trailing to the NWFL Premiership Super 6. Match day 1 delivers drama, passion, and promise. The Nigeria Women Football League NWFL Premiership Super 6 kicked off in grand style, thrilling fans with intense matchups, dramatic finishes, and top-class performances from some of the country's finest female footballers. Match day 1 lived up to expectation as all 6 teams brought passion, grit, and a hunger to make early statements in the race for the national title. Let's dive into how it all unfolded. 1. Edo Queens versus REMO Stars Ladies, 0-1 in favor of REMO Star. Goal scorer was Olasunbomi Ogundele, and she scored in the 88th minute of the game. In a tightly contested affair, REMO Star Ladies snatched all 3 points in the dying minutes thanks to a late stunner by Olasunbomi Ogundele, with both teams holding their defensive lines for most of the match. It was Ogundele's moment of brilliance in the 88th minute that broke the deadlock and handed REMO Star a hard-fought victory. She won the Player of the Match award. The goal not only sealed the win, but announced REMO Star's intent to be title contender in this year's Super 6. Let's not forget REMO Star, the male, have already won the Nigeria Professional Football League, and I think the female are also following in footsteps. Edo Queens will feel hard. Edo Queens will feel hard done by the result, but they will surely regroup for the next battle. The next game we are going to look at is a game between Bayelsa Queens and Rivers Angel, and the game ended 1-0 in favor of Bayelsa Queen. The goal was scored by Alaba Olabiyi in the 34th minute, and in this same game there was a missed penalty by Rivers Angels. The penalty was taken by Ifeoma Ikenokwalu in the 55th minute when she missed. A fixture always loaded with rivalry and rich history. Bayelsa Queens edged past Rivers Angels in another closely fought contest. Alaba Olabisi 34th minute strike proved to be the difference, rewarding the Queens of Bayelsa with 3 valuable points. Rivers Angels have their golden chance to level the score when awarded a penalty in the 55th minute, but Ifeoma Ikenokwalu efforts from the spot went begging, much to the dismay of their traveling fans. Bayelsa's defensive discipline was commendable as they held on against a late push from the Angels. And the last game in the Super 6 in match day 1 was the game between Niger Rattles and Nasarawa Amazons. The game ended 1-2 in favor of Nasarawa Amazons. The goals were scored in the 13th minute by Rita Nsebi. Janet Akeke Romiwe also scored in the 40th minute, and Josephine Matthias scored in the 55th minute. The most dramatic of the 3 matches, Niger Rattles opened scoring early through Rita Nsebi in the 13th minute, setting the tone for what looked like a dominant performance. But the Nasarawa Amazons had other ideas, showing resilience and tactical awareness. They responded before half with a well-taken goal from Janet Akeke Romuwe in the 40th minute. The comeback was completed when Josephine Matthias struck in the 55th minute to seal the turnaround. The Amazons showcased why they are perennial challengers, turning a deficit into a deserved victory. Match day 1 has set the tone for what promises to be a thrilling NWFL Super 6 campaign. The level of competition is fierce and talent on display is world-class. And the passion from both players and fans is unmistakable. Nigerian women's football is on the rise, and this tournament is yet another platform showcasing the brilliance of our homegrown stars. To all lovers of footballs in Nigeria, Africa and beyond, this is your league, your stars, and your moment to support the game we all love. Don't miss a moment of this action. Subscribe to Avoncola's production and Avoncola movies on YouTube for exclusive highlights, interviews, and behind-the-scenes content from the NWFL, Super 6, and more. Support local content. Support women's football. On behalf of the management team of Avoncola Services, we want to thank you for taking our time to watch this episode to the end. We hope to see you in subsequent episodes. It's goodbye from us for now. Thanks. At Avoncola's production and movie. Copyright Avoncola Services. It's your sport analyst, Achebelu Jenyojo David, saying goodbye for now. Thanks.